They see you in the twilight hours.
What?
Yeah, mate, he's telling me.
No,
Don't touch that.
geez.
That's mine.
God knows what's on that. They could have got DNA of some kind.
He'll end up with a staph infection or something.
Yeah. So
Come back and got gangrene.
Yeah. What's this fucking virus?
yeah, and we might add too, like before we asked you a question, and we're going back to the old, you're out of breath, you're out of shape. I'd just like to point out, it's about how hot do you reckon it is in here? It's probably
Getting in the mid-30s.
30s.
Climbing up the... Well, outside it's meant to be 35, 36 today, so in the tin shed warehouse you'd probably get up near 40 in here, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well,
With no air. I've only got a little fan blowing.
lucky we've got the air conditioning on.
It's blowing hard, look.
Yeah, so before people just comment on your cardio, you've got...
And I'm sweating and...
Yeah, you got...
I'm sweating reading the book.
You got some dickhead shoving a camera in your face
and then
after...
fucking someone's giving me a hot fucking coffee in a hot fucking shed. What are you on about?
Yeah, so you finish a set, I shove the camera in your face and ask a question, and then you're out of breath. So for people that think you're out of shape...
I am. You should hear me when I'm fucking.
Matt already has.
Yeah.
Exactly. Is that you at the door?
No, when you're passed out. In the back of the green van.
I wonder why my hemorrhoids were playing up again. I wonder he gave us these drinks.
Yeah.
I guess in 30 minutes we'll be passed out again. Fucking roofies. I always wonder why. I always remember coming to scenes, but then there's always I remember the starting of filming and then leaving. There's always like a 2-3 hour block in between. I don't know what the fuck happens.
I'm sure I wore undies down there, but
why are they inside out and got stains on them? Now we know.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What's next now, Sam?
All right, I'll ask you.
Another question. But thanks for the books, whoever sent them. Thank you.
You also had something to say about Chris Gale.
Oh yeah.
So before you give us your opinion, can you just tell us
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Well, Chris Gale, most people, if they follow cricket, would know he's a cricketer. And he's like a ladies' man, I guess. He's always had rumoured to do this and do that and be with women when he's over here and wherever he goes. He's being interviewed and he was just having a joke, asking this lady reporter saying she's pretty or whatever, and he'll buy her a drink later, and she got all stroppy about it. So then, before you know it, there's this outrage about it, and he's been fined $10,000. And then, out of the blue, another woman comes out saying a year ago he exposed himself to her in the male change room. What the fuck were you doing in the male change room then, lady? He was probably having a shower and he walked out and you saw his wanger. Obviously he didn't say nothing about it for a whole fucking year, but now this shit come up, you're going to say, oh, he exposed himself to me. What a load of shit, because here you have a double standard, because on the news a week before you had this weather lady on at the beach chatting up a fucking surfer. How many times you see his morning programs like the Today Show or the Project at night, they'll have someone like Hugh Jackman on promoting Wolverine, or they'll have, what's his name, Channing Tatum from Magic Mike and that. They have them on and all the women reporters get all flustered saying, oh, can you take your shirt off?
Yeah.
So now imagine if a male reporter asked a woman, can you take your shirt off? Well, imagine the outcry. So here's a little fun and joke. Okay, she mightn't have thought it was funny, so she got offended, but then she said she was over it, but yet everyone kept going on about it, and now it became a major fucking issue. But like I said, there's a double standard here, because I'm sure you've seen it too, where women always go on about the men when they're interviewing them, Hugh Jackman or Daniel Craig. Remember the time when he did the Bond movie Coming Out the Water? They're all going on about that. I said, if we spoke to women the way the women speak to men, but to men it's accepted, it's like men take it as a compliment, I guess, or it's like if I'm out somewhere when I was competing or at expos and women come up and grab my arm, grab my chest and shit like that. Now imagine if I go around grabbing a woman's chest and fucking, oh, you got nice implants, and I give them a squeeze. I'd be a fucking asshole. I'd be like, you know, sexual assault, molesting, but yet they can do it to us when we're meant to just accept it. So you can't have it fucking both ways. It's bullshit. And like I said, so many women reporters, watch them next time they have Hugh Jackman on or some good looking guy doing a movie, how they talk and go all gushy and gooey and get all silly over them. Now imagine it being a male, see what happens. So it's a load of shit. So Chris Gale, you got my support, mate.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not that he needs my support, but you got it.
And you hear stories like even just the everyday women. You know, like if you talk to a male stripper like someone like Matt, and he'll tell you that the women are a lot
Matt
more.
Normally has men groping him.
Yeah, no, he said the women are a lot worse than the men.
Exactly, and he hates to do it, and he hates it when women grope him.
Yeah.
He's really offended.
Yeah.
But I get all the time women grabbing me, but you just meant to accept that. So I'm sure, like I said, when you see these women saying to Hugh Jackman, "Oh, can you get your shirt off?" or this woman reporter talking to the surfer being all flirty, the guy just sort of smiles and does whatever. But he could be offended. You know, he could be a married man, or Hugh Jackman is married and shit. So you have all these women reporters going crazy over them and Channing Tatum. And like I said, anyone, Matthew McConaughey, I remember when they used to go silly over him and his body when he was making a movie. So it's just a double standard.
And what was the worst incident of groping that you had that really, you know, someone really took it too far?
Normally it's just the arms and the chest, just that sort of shit. But the worst groping I got was when, a few years back, I was driving ladies of the night around. You know, I'd drive them to their John. I'd go in, collect the money, and then they'd go in, do their job, and I'd have to wait in the car and then drive them home. So when I went for the interview for that job, I went to the lady of the night's house where they have the women inside the house. And I said, "I'm here to see such and such, the owner." They said, "I'll just go in this room there." So I go into this room and there's a bed and a shower in the corner and shit. And this older lady comes in, the madam, and as I'm standing, she walks up and grabs me on the fucking cock. I said, "I'm here about the driving job." She's like, oh, I'm sorry. And she went out and got dressed and came back, and I had an interview and got the job. Imagine if I didn't say anything, I could have got laid. I said, "Oh wow, this is a great fucking interview, isn't it?" Yeah, so that's probably the biggest groping I got.
But what about from a fan?
Normally just the arms and chest, stuff like that. They fucking grab and go on. But when I was in Brazil, no women groped me. It was just the men groping me over there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so yeah. Matt, Brazil, mate. Brazil.
Should have been there.
Fucking carnival, here you come. Yeah, but yeah, it's just like that. But like I said, they say, "Oh, you know, grab your chest," but they say, "Oh, it's, you know, this and that," or "It looks good." Well, imagine if men saw a woman's breast, which they do.
Yeah.
It's half the women these days go out with their fucking tits half hanging out. Imagine if men just went around going, "Oh, that looks good," and give it a fucking squeeze. I said you'd be fucking arrested. But yet, they can do it to us. So
Could be an interesting
like I said,
experiment.
Next time take note when there's a female reporter and they have a star on who's in good shape or stuff like that, or someone at the beach, how they go all gooey and talk really sexual to the males. Yeah. So what Chris Gale did was nothing, but yet the media blew it out of proportion. And then like I said, now this other woman comes out of woodwork, which he's actually looking into sue her for slander and defamation, so I hope he does.
Yeah, I think he's even getting barred. What's the story? Is he getting punted?
But it's the other thing, what she even said that he exposed himself to her when she was in the male showers. What the fuck was she doing in the male showers? That'd be like me walking in the female toilet saying I'm offended seeing vaginas and tampons on the floor. If I'm in the women's toilets, that's what you're going to fucking see. Jesus. Stupid. So yes, people these days are just double standards when it comes to that shit.
And just stay in your own change rooms.
Exactly. Matt. Well, he does.
No, he does.
He does stay in the male change room.
That's what he got busted for nudity.
Keeps dropping the toilet paper under
the
beach.
Yeah, cricket. Yeah, he got talked to for walking around nude.
Just because they said they needed new balls, and he's like, "I got a couple you can use."
No, wasn't it you were at the under 10s or something?
Well, man, he thought he was back in Bali. Like young lady boys over there. He liked the way he started with the rubbing the balls on the cricket pitch and then the bats in their hands. He's like, "Ooh, the way he holds the shaft of that bat." You shouldn't go to sporting events. Now he's talking about going to the beach this afternoon. What beach were you going to?
Little Bay.
Little Bay. So post this quick online so people, if you're down Little Bay, leave.
Yeah. No, I was going to say with women want a stud to go and grope.
Or women, if your husbands are down there, go collect them because they might be gang raped. If your husband's laid home from Little Bay, that's the reason why.
Yeah, he's just rubbing sunscreen on someone's back.
Exactly. There's meant to be a storm this afternoon. He's like, "Oh, I'll be wet anyway."
He'll be right in the eye of it.
Exactly. He will be the storm. Here comes the lightning. Good.